then we go Gwen here. Getting an upgrade on something like a particular something, even early, can be really good. And if you are able to save it till you can get a 6, it's really, really good. Um, Loki, I do like the spell casting, but I don't know if Loki's that good. So I don't know if we want to go for it. Krampus buffs evil characters. Again, buffing the cats early, great. Both the cats. But nothing exciting. This, I think, is, can be really good. You can have some really nice games with using that upgrade correctly. Incorrectly. So here, I think the pretty obvious play is grab this, roll this. And right here, it's really, wow. It's really hard for me not to want to go this. Like, we're going to grab this, upgrade this. Really, this also triggers off spells. So we get to cast a spell. We get to buy this on the next turn. So we're going to freeze again, I think. I don't know. We might be just locking ourselves in. Oh, that's unfortunate. Take a little extra damage. Okay, so we're going to grab this and buff it. And then we'll lock it again. Hopefully grab this, and hopefully we see a princess. I don't think you can see another one of these if you have one. So I think the only princess available is the Shorewood Sure Shot. This is also, so worst case we'll grab these two. We're going to be incentivized to cast spells already. This grows. I think trying to get this super big is not worthwhile, but if you buy it as a 1/1 and get it up to like a 4/4 pretty quickly, it just costs you 2, and it's, whatever. Like, you're not building a comp around it, you're just having it. Well, fortunately, they didn't have very many anything, really. Oh, and we got pretty lucky here, I think, because we get to spin these. What am I thinking? Okay, well, sometimes this game there's a little bit of lag, which is sort of weird. So we'll put this front to hopefully get the ranged attack, and then we have a pretty big board of 5/5/6/6. That's pretty good. We got exactly the character we needed, and hopefully next turn we can cast one more spell at least, and hopefully we move towards some more. We're not going to use this on anything super early. We're waiting until we can get, if we got like an adventurer actually, and we had like a Mad Mims, we had the 3-drop treasure that lets it slay every time, we would probably upgrade that just as a way to try to level up really fast. That might be interesting. Okay, this is interesting as well. We can buy 2 things, so I'm sort of interested in buying 2 things and casting this on this. We just hit 3, which means if we do get a kill with this, we get a 4-drop. I wonder if putting this first is the right play. Do we think the funnel board is going to be small enough? Basically, we wanted to cast a spell. Getting a pair is nice. Our board's kind of strong, so we don't need to go super hard on anything. And this is not going to... We don't have any evil characters, so this isn't very good. This is... I don't love this. I mean, it's 4/4, so it has a little bit of stats, but it's just like... It's not a permanent slay, which means it... Almost every other slay gives you a permanent advantage. I think this might be the one that doesn't. So, I don't love it. Even if you get the gold, you get the XP. We got the transform on that. And we should get the, we'll get the gold from this as well. So that worked out really well for us. I wonder what the transform is. Wow, so, So this is something I wouldn't mind casting on. I'm going to do this just to flip it. Dragons have an upgrade. We'll grab this. This buffs our characters permanently. What to do here? So, oh, I can't cast it this turn because I cast a spell. Oh, I don't like that. I wish it was you could only buy one I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm being silly here, but in terms of things I prefer. So, this will go up to a 6/6. I think I want to buff this. It will get +4/+4 around, and we'll buff our other things. If we can buff this as well, we'll definitely do that. We're gonna have to see. I'm gonna put both of these in. I don't think this is likely to change the fight, although I will feel foolish if it does. But if we just happen to get these high rolling into a 4, that'd be nice. I think it's a marginal difference in, a fight equity. But again, I've been wrong before. So again, since they had 6 things, I think they should have gone with the... So we're going to lose this fight. Well, yes, we would have lost anyways. I think they should have gone with the let this attack first. Well, that was super disappointing the way that worked out. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna upgrade this. Maybe that's not the right move. Sort of tough to tell, but we'll have Romeo here because it's a prince. Maybe we'll never upgrade this. Maybe we will. These will get +4/+4. Both of these will. If this upgrades itself, it will get +4/+4. If we slay any evil characters, all things get a buff. Hopefully we just got strong enough that this stays alive. I wish we had gotten this last turn because it would be 4/4 bigger. And this would be 2/2 bigger. Which is, significant at this point in the game. And really, in the late game, it just starts ramping earlier. So we really need this to level up. We need to find a way to make that happen. I would have loved to cast this on this. I'm not going to pause. We're going to hit 4. Finding Juliet's is so good. Trying to get some more Romeos. Leveling up this would be amazing because it starts growing by 4/4 every round. Nutcracker Prince is something we're going to be looking for. I don't know if this was the best use, but this is something that you get a lot of utility out of upgrading it early. Okay, unfortunately this isn't going to be able to kill anything. Luckily these attacks are really good for us. Yeah, we'll win this round, but if the princess doesn't upgrade, then she's sort of just, never going to be able to do anything. I do kind of like this for upgrading this, but... Or this even. Put this in. Huh. Yeah, I don't hate that. Oh, this would have been even nicer though, so... What do I know? Don't love any of these. I think I'll take the chance on the second one of these. We'll sell this. What if we go like something like this? Well, definitely a little bit weaker. These are going to get buffed again though, which is, a lot. This upgrading to a 5 here would be amazing. This getting the slay means that, this will get upgraded and start getting 4/4. It will take another 3 turns. Any good character that kills an evil character. We only have 2 good characters actually. This is neutral, which always sort of surprises me. We still have this in back. Maybe that's a good idea. Taking the chance to upgrade this. 4 treasure is really nice. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this works out. If we're going by 8/8 every round, which is a ton of scaling for this point in the game. Good slay. Good slay. That was nice as well. We'll see what that is afterwards. I sort of wish you could see what it is, while you're still going. But yeah, looks like we'll take this down. Wait, maybe, yeah. Because they get to attack with a ranged every turn, they sort of, and then we had some low attack ranged, we really did get hosed quite a bit. Okay, Pig is just not a good character. Okay, are these good? Making them good does do something, but probably anything we need, we probably don't need these anymore. It's probably a little too difficult to Try to keep them in. Although, I'm surprised that's stopping me here. So I wouldn't surprise anybody that I really want to cast that. And in order to cast that, I think we're selling these things. Even if they upgrade at this point, we're not stoked about it. We have a Juliet. I think the play is to put Juliet up front, put this in back. I think getting these like to trigger is worth a little more than this. We'll keep this on the bench. We have 2 4s that might upgrade soon. One of them being a princess. That's obviously great. These are continuing to get buffed. And this did get the sleigh. If it keeps getting the sleighs, we'll get the 3 and it will start getting buffed. We just got an XP, which means, wow, this was already 6. We should be close to parity with the rest of the crew, although these are very big. These are bigger than usual. Wow, 1 short. That's tough. Oh, and that was a bad hit. That's a good one, though. Oh yeah, this is eating up a lot of hits for wow, yeah. That ate up a lot of hits for us. Okay, so we won that fight fairly easy actually. We had a Juliet coming back. Okay, none of those are gonna be interesting here. We can turn this into a 6 drop. I'm actually gonna do that because there's some 4s that yeah, okay. There we go. Okay, so Brave Princess might be getting the boot here. Unfortunately for her, this only needs 3 shots, then it becomes upgraded and starts getting this upgrade. I think that's worthwhile. If this would make this into like a 33, you know, this we could put it here and make it a 30-30, but it still needs 4 hits. If we could make it a little bit bigger, it only had to be 3 hits. I think we would put it here and put this in and just reconfigure our board a little bit. Since we can't, we won't, obviously. We've already cast a spell, so we're not going to sell something to try to grab this. We would otherwise, I think. This is still growing. These aren't huge, though. As you can see, these are still smaller than this. This 6 drop we just happened to get. Everyone else is also 5, a couple people 4. We did buy 1 XP, so we're going to be ahead of people who don't. It's really common, though, to get XP, I think, in most games. It's common to buy, you know, 1 of the 2 spells, or get the sleigh. The sleigh is difficult to get, so maybe that's less common than I'm giving credit for. Oh, they're also going up build, so that's a little tough for us. But if this could get attacked, although we need it to do damage, it's not taking damage, so the fact that these are all ranged actually plays really poorly against us. Or not, it's good for them, it's bad for us. So yeah, we'll only get 1 trigger out of that, which is unfortunate. That's tough. But the faster this upgrades too, the faster it starts getting buffed. Okay, we'll take this. This does buff it a little bit. Princess and Princess. Does making a 34? No, unfortunately that doesn't buff it. I think this is a better spell later on. Casting spells is so good, but giving everything +4/+4 is really good. I'm gonna go this. This helps us scale a little better, I think. That might be a mistake, though. I'm open to the idea that that's a mistake. If we hadn't sold that, that would be nice. Lancelot is also good for our attempts to. We want this. We want maybe this. No, we want this up front. It triggers this. So if we can upgrade this as well, it gets pretty large. I actually think we need this to attack first, just because it's more likely to die. I wonder if we could sell 3 things to upgrade. No, unfortunately we want to keep this. Having this in is kind of goofy. It does grow by 4 every turn, but it's still not very big. Okay, let's see this. Oh wow, we didn't get the sleigh. That's going to be unfortunate. Okay, that's great, because then if it gets hit 1 more time... Oh, but they have ranged. Again, they're ranged. Range crushes us. Oh wow. Super unfortunate. We'll still win the fight, but just the ranged really hurt us there. Nothing good. This could be interesting, but I don't think it's what we want. Sell this, we will take this. I wonder if it's worthwhile turning this good for some backdoor reason. Not really. Casting spells do anything? No. I don't think it's worth it just for the sake of it. I don't think this is worth it here, it's too late. We already have a bunch of treasures potentially coming. Yeah, first character having plus 10 health means 1717. I think we'll just grab this. So, now we have 3 things growing. Upgrading this means it starts growing. We will want to upgrade this because it comes back, so it gets more. We get more out of it growing. So we did upgrade this really early. Unfortunately we haven't hit either of these. They're already level 6. We're not. Yeah, about half the people level 6, half the people aren't. But fortunately we're one of the people aren't, so. This is nice because it gives us. Okay, this will upgrade. I think since we hit everything. Oh, we actually hit that too. That means we upgrade. It's weird that they still have this in when they're level 6. These are all pretty good hits for us, so I think we're good here. We're knocked down to 3. So let's see what we get. We get two treasures. W front row seems pretty good. Here. Better than this. Oh, did this not upgrade? Did I just make up that it did? I think I just made that up here. Does that sound like something to do? Okay, so what are we looking for? Looking for things that... Looking for Juliet, really. We're just like buffing our board. Okay, well this will upgrade immediately. This is gonna give +4/+4 to all of these things now. We still need a Juliet. And we'll start upgrading this. And I think this is sort of just our comp that we're writing out. We'll probably replace this with something, although I don't even know what. Maybe just like a random 6 we find that's big. Again though, I'm not sure which one. Maybe like, oh, if we find like a good boy, we'll throw that in. Yeah, good boy's incredible, so we'll do that if we can. Or we can make good boy a prince. Well, they have a lot of random buffing things going on. So our front row actually gets a lot of attack, which means that the effectiveness of their health wasn't huge, although, yeah, I don't think their board was that strong. We still had Julia coming back. Oh. Okay, this is always my favorite thing, I think. Whether or not it's any good. I'll put it instead of this. No. So instead of a random spell, we get 2 Juliets back. Yeah, that's probably better. Especially if we can buff these Juliets. And they do just sort of auto buff. The thing is that since it comes back, it might be worthwhile. And I think this is better than this, although it just doesn't matter very much. So the idea is 2 spells is great, but we're going to have a Juliet which will keep growing. Right now everything's getting +4/+4 from this, except this, I guess. So we're getting +24. That's really big. I mean, it's a double Ivory Owl, which is a level 6 treasure. And Getting 2 Juliets back seems really good. Nice, we got some Slay. I mean, fortunately we do scale every fight. Well, everyone has pretty high health. All the remaining people have pretty high health. And yeah, if this dies, then Juliet's come back twice. Oh wow, we have the opportunity to. Knighthood. We already have nothing to knighthood, right? Everything is upgraded. That's amazing. I don't think I've ever seen that. So I think we just want to focus on finding polymorphs or things that buff the Juliet. We definitely want to find one of the two though, because finding nothing is... Okay, we'll stop here because we can do the roll next turn and try to find some polymorphs. I mean, the attack of all our front line is huge, obviously. I think we'll put this here, right? Yeah, because this gives it more attack. Not that I don't think it needs the extra attack, but it also makes sure it dies quicker, because if it doesn't die, then this doesn't get its buff, and this doesn't get its spawn, and the spawn is really what's giving us a lot of work here. Getting two, I think they're at least 30s, and maybe they'll be 34s. Fortunately, given that we have a scaling comp, because we get +4/+4, the fact that everyone has a lot of health actually does play in our favor a little bit, although they have a similar thing here. But that was a lucky hit. So they have a very large range. They have 2 very large range characters, which doesn't work well for us. Especially, so this thing is sort of a liability here, because against their ranged character. Because it let them get the extra attack off, so we'll see what... We're doing the thing where we have no polymorphs. Yeah, I guess this is just worthwhile. We just want to make... I mean, it's going to come back, so we want it to be strong. Another life, I would just do this. Okay, here's a good boy. Sell the princess, buy this. Sub it in for this. Now if we find a knighthood, obviously, this is really nice. Just let it buff everything. This did great all game. Very happy with it. Now this is a 50 something. So the idea being that, does this need the buff from this? You know, if it gets this buff, it should be strong enough to trade, but maybe this is a 35 isn't. Obviously we don't know what their board is, so things are going to be highly dependent on that. So I don't know what this comes back as, actually. Did we have it come back? I don't think we had it come back last round. Does it come back as a 25, or I guess it would be a 29 plus the 12 to like a 41? Or does it come back with all its buffs that it has? I don't think this is a permanent one. I think maybe if it gets buffed during combat, it might keep that, but I'm really not sure. Well, that wasn't great, but that probably is the best one for them to be able to hit there. Unfortunately, this isn't good. This is not a good minion. Okay, so they got a lot of spawns. This will put a lot of stats on the board, but this has 40 attack, so what do these come back as? 46s? Oh, this... Oh, we spawned 3 of them. Wow, I didn't realize that for whatever reason. Summon... Oh, summon it... Okay, so we were already going to summon 1. This summons an additional copy, and since it's doubled, yeah, we summoned 3. Okay. I don't know how I didn't realize that. I think that was like the reason I bought it, was because it got upgraded. But then I didn't, like, understand the ramifications of that. Okay, so we just want things to buff the Juliet, or we want more good boys. I think those are the 2 things that we care about. And I think I'm going to sell something just to buy this. If it hits the good boy, it's great. If it hits this, it's great. If it hits anything else, it's fine. It's not clear to me that this... So this can be a 51, which is a lot of stats. but it doesn't get buffed by this, but it is a lot of stats, so maybe it's just better to have this. It's kinda, interesting that something we bought on what, turn... Did we buy this turn 1 or turn 2? Or turn 3? They might have been turn 2. And we've just had it all game. I think we bought it turn 1 actually. Because I think we bought the Prince turn 2. I can't remember, my memory's terrible. So it did buff this, which is fantastic for us. It's not only fantastic this round, it's fantastic, it helps us scale, which is what we're looking for here. Yeah, you can see why this person got knocked out. They just, compared to the other boards available, they just didn't have, nearly enough. Okay, this is pretty interesting in the context of all these things. Why is this a 1-1? Do they change that? I'm gonna grab it. Oh, I could have got a copy of Good Boy though. So what do we do? We could get another one of these. We could sell 2 things. I mean, this does grow, and the fact that this... I think what I'm going to do is go this, this, we'll buy this and put this in. So I think this, at the beginning of the fight, gives all its buffs before this, or before the spells go off, so hopefully this one will die too. Like a random fireball or something. This will get quite big when this dies, because everything else is good now. And I think when this dies, this might actually trigger this. We don't want the scenario where this doesn't die when it attacks and then the Romeo dies. That would be not great for us. And they have a polymorph as well, so we'll have to see what this hits. Hitting that's actually lucky for us. Hitting that's not as great. That was a nice attack for us though. Okay. So we're gonna summon a bunch of things. Oh wow, that Cupid. Okay, that will hit there. And oh, they have a ranged cat. Wow. So they got double polymorph, which was really nice there for them. Not for us. It was less nice for us. Okay, we'll buy a polymorph. I think just anytime we see a polymorph at this point, we're buying it. And I think we just pause here for the Good Boy. It's possible that this isn't even what we want here. It's possible that it's just more Good Boys or something. That was a very strong... They were a very strong comp. They even polymorph 2 things. So the things we don't want them to polymorph are this, and this. Because they're all part of our... these 2 are pair. This thing, I guess it's not really any worse. This was like a 540, which was effectively the same as 150, 40. This just so far isn't that good. But we do just need to upgrade it with those. We've already cast a spell. We should buy something just because it allows us to save a gold. But yeah, I mean, range characters are just so strong all the time. Okay. Oh, that getting polymorphed means that it can't basically polymorph one of our characters, which is hugely beneficial here. Yeah, but a bunch of range characters in the back could be an issue for us. And we attack the non-range character, of course. So we're going to spawn 3 things. I think they're all going to be too big. Yeah, they're all going to be too big for this. They all have a ton of health. So now we're fighting the ghost again. Yeah, we just must. Everything has such a large attack. I don't know if that buff actually does anything here. We're fighting a ghost, so I think this is the one where we don't buy polymorph. Unfortunately, we can't buff our Good Boy. So we might stop here. I think buffing this is health is actually valuable, because not only does it buff this health, but when it dies, it buffs everything else's health. And it means this gets more health, which means this so far has only been like 50 or 60 health. But if it gets to be a lot more than that, it might have the chance to actually. And I think we can survive one more hit too. So there's a chance we can do this and then upgrade the good boy. And at that point, I think we're very strong. So I think we're going to do that. Might be a bad idea. It might be too greedy. We do have good scaling. Someone else had an ivory owl, so they also have good scaling. We've played this person before, so I think we know that they're not super strong. They have some nice triggers there, but we'll get the kill. So yeah, as you can see, this is like a 50 attack. If it was, 100 or 150, it might be able to survive a hit. 270 is going to kill most things. But I don't know. I think that's maybe the correct play. It's possible that it's just not enough. Wow, so we can't sell. Okay, so we're just gonna buy something and pause. We're 1 gold short of being able to just grab that. I mean, we don't want to sell this to grab it. This is part of our plan, obviously. These people are both strong. We're a little higher health, so we do have a little more leeway. But it's really going to come down to who gets good polymorphs, I think, because it's going to be a lot of this game. Polymorphing some of our, combo is pretty bad for us. Polymorphing the good boy, polymorphing this, this, and this. If they polymorph other things, or even if they just have like one of this is like usually a decent spell late game, but if they just have the damage spell, it won't kill anything. It could kill this, but probably not. And also, even if this dies, this will still be huge. But polymorph, especially if they get the, I think there was someone who had the double spell. That could just be devastating. I mean, it's not always easy to find polymorphs, but if they do, they could definitely beat us. And yeah, hopefully we'll be able to triple the good boy. We'll get to see a new treasure too. Wow, they have so much ranged, and they're all very high attack. And actually, this isn't going to be. This is really bad for us because that's not big enough to actually kill anything. Okay, we're summoning a bunch of Juliets, but since they're, yeah, this is gonna not be big enough to kill anything, which means we're gonna double kill our characters. Yeah, we're gonna lose this. Wow. They have a very strong board. Huh. So is that better than a doubled attack on everything? We'll get +4/+4 on everything. Oh, we buy a spellcaster 3 times. Might be better than summoning 2 additional Juliets. Maybe not, though. God, can I skip here? I'm gonna go that, but I don't think that's better, actually. It's like only better if we get polymorphs. We might have just got weaker. Oh, we can get some health. Because now we're only summoning 1 Juliet, so 3? And summoning the 3 was so good. I don't know. That might have been a mistake. I just didn't really sort of understand the ramifications of what we were doing. Oh, and they got the Juliet, which, I mean, I guess it means we don't, the effect of the play we just made isn't nearly as high, but I think that means we might be dead here because they have some big range characters. Yeah, we're going to... Yeah, wow. Very close fight. So I think now we get to fight the clone, though. Hopefully one of them will knock the other one out, but... Yeah, we like spells that we can cast multiple of. I honestly don't even know what we're looking for here. I think we might have just messed up too badly. Oh, we can get a lot of gold. But again, I guess we could use more of these. I was trying to see if that did anything. Doesn't look like it. No, an evil copy of that doesn't really work here. Yeah, I think that, I mean, that might have been the best spell we could find against a clone here. But yeah, losing out on 2 Juliets is really bad. Even compared to, I mean, it'd be nice if we could triple something now and replace this. Now that we've got some utility out of it. If we find a polymorph in, going into our next fight, casting 3 polymorphs is really, really strong and probably better than the 2 Juliets. But, we also need to be aware. So the one problem with getting this health too high, so now this gets 500. I mean, that's such a big difference. If we can do that, that's huge. Yeah, now everything is huge. I'm surprised no one's knocked out yet. Huh. Do we do this here? I think we do. It makes everything really big. If we find a polymorph, we'll just pause and maybe be able to win the next fight. So here we will pause because we can cast this multiple times, which means it's better than just let it get in the free roll. So hopefully we win. If we don't win, hopefully we survive. Again, if they cast a bunch of polymorphs, that's really bad for us. So they changed to mask, or were they always mask? I feel like they were somebody else. If they changed to mask, does it show you? I might just be, out there at this point. Yeah, we really need this to trigger. So I think if they're the tree folk, and I don't remember who was who, if they are the tree folk, then there's a decent chance that they have a ton of health, so this will trigger and make everything huge. Or a ton of attack, meaning this will definitely die. Yeah, so they are. It'd be nice if we get the first attack. That's pretty much always true. Okay, polymorphing this is fine. Polymorphing, well, those are the 2 that the polymorph is fine on. Oh, we didn't kill that though. Wow, yeah, we're still gonna lose this actually. Even though this is huge, and I think we're gonna get knocked out here. Down to 1. Wow, this is just so much. So much. This won't do anything. No, yeah, it's not gonna do it. I forgot it cost gold. Okay, this is what we're doing. We get triple polymorph. That's the plan. I mean, they got a polymorph, which gives them a huge advantage. Because not only did it mean that... Wow, that could be really good too. Although, I don't know if that triggers before or after they get all their triggers. Because if it triggers before, it only reduces them by half, and then they get 600. But... I don't know. So yeah, unfortunately this wasn't even big enough to kill one of the things. So yeah, but 3 polymorphs is huge. It's very hard to win a fight with 3 polymorphs, although if someone can do it, the person with 5 giant range trees is up there. And yeah, I mean, hopefully if they get a polymorph again, we get lucky and it hits the same things. No, looks like they just tripled something. Oh, did they get round table here so that things are large now? Yeah, that might just make their things too big. Oh, and this didn't even die. Oh no, yeah, we're done here. Like you can see, even our biggest thing isn't that big compared to the round table is so good with tree folk. Pretty close game, fun game. Uh, I think we made pretty good decisions, although this one might have been the wrong one, losing out on the extra Juliets, although I don't think it would have mattered. And I think we got about 40 extra health on the good boy, which really made this a lot more valuable. I think we were just outmatched at the end. All those ranged treants with the buffer and the round table at the end. I mean, 500 range is just bigger than our board, even with this buff. Even if this buff triggers immediately. They just had a really big board, really good game by them.